We are the Justice for Mario Woods Coalition, standing in unity to express to DA Gascon that we want answers.
Right.
We want answers in regards to why is it since 2011 there have been 18 police officer involved fatal shootings. And as of 2016 today, the decision making letters have only been gone out to eight of the victims of the cases in which he is involved and charged over. And so we have 10 cases, including Mario Woods, Luis Gongora, Jessica Nelson, Williams, and others still outstanding. And we want to know from DA Gascon, where are you? We want to know, we want answers. Why haven't you charged these officers either with murder or manslaughter?
Right.
Or why haven't you charged them? We want to know. And so as we begin to hold this press conference and indicate to DS Gascon that he owes the community some answers, I want to bring up Jeff Adachi, our public defender.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you, Felicia. You know, we've watched what's happening across this nation. We watched what happened in Tulsa. Right. We watched what happened in Charlotte. Right. And in all those places, the communities have come together and cried out for justice. And a big part of the justice that we're seeking is accountability. When a police officer unlawfully and unjustly takes another person's life. But we forget right here in San Francisco, we need accountability. Since December of last year, we've had 3 officer involved shootings. That's when an officer takes a gun and shoots another human being. Mario Woods, Luis Gongora, Jessica Williams. These are just in the last 11 months. Yet we're met with absolute silence. Right. Even though the Mario Woods incident was captured on videotape. Even Amilcar Lopez Perez. That case, again, unanswered. The only development we've had from City Hall is that apparently there's going to be a large amount of money given to the district attorney's office so they can increase their staffing. Right. Meaning that they're going to have more district attorneys and more investigators supposedly dedicated to investigating officer-involved shootings. But what we're missing here is not just staffing, but it's the political will. Right. That's right. It's the political will. Right. I don't know how much investigation it takes to investigate a videotape assassination of Mario Woods. Right.
Say that, Jeff.
Who was shot 22 times. And again, while these cases, they do need to be investigated, the fact that it takes so long and there have been no charges ever filed in San Francisco speaks volumes.
Enough is enough.
If one of us was to commit a shooting right here on the steps of Hall of Justice and it was captured on videotape, no question, you would be in custody within a matter of minutes. Right. You would be charged within 2 or 3 days. Right. Yet, we hear loud and clear that the message in San Francisco is that if you're with the SFPD and you commit a shooting, your incident is not going to be scrutinized by the district attorney.
Right. That's right.
And if it is, you're going to be held to a different standard.
That's right.
We will not be silenced. Justice for Mario Woods Coalition will not be silenced. And as we will not be silenced, we will not allow the district attorney to be silenced. And so here is Minister Christopher Muhammad from the Justice for Mario Woods Coalition.
Okay, now.
Right. Greetings to all. This is a very sad occasion. We're very angry.
That's right.
We're very hurt. We're pained beyond words. Here today is the family of Alex Nieto. Wow. Here today is the family of Luis Gongora. Right. Here's the representatives of the family of Mario Woods and Kenny Harding Jr. We recognize the sanctity of all life.
That's right.
There was a gunman, armed gunman, with a semi-automatic weapon at the Civic Center, where he was such a threat to officers and civilians that the city and the police department evacuated downtown Civic Center and UN Plaza from an armed gunman with a semi-automatic weapon in his hand, threatening citizens, including police officers. And we're happy to announce that that young man has lived to tell about it.
Yes, sir.
The problem is, Mario Woods was not given the same opportunity.
That's right.
Jessica Williams was not given the same opportunity. Alex Nieto was not given the same opportunity. Luis Gongora Pat was not given the same opportunity. Kenny Harding was not given the same opportunity. The police department hailed this as an example of good policing.
Right.
What did they say?
Juxtaposed to how they dealt with Mario Woods, was that an example of bad policing?
I think so.
Was the murder of Alex Nieto an example of bad policing? And what are the consequences of bad policing?
Good question.
We need to understand
Where's the DA?
how this man was able to make that kind of threat with live ammunition and stood down and negotiated with for 6 hours. And then surrender and be taken not to jail, but the hospital for psychiatric evaluation. And the officer, according to the San Francisco Chronicle, Officer Manfredi said that this man is a person that was in crisis. He was down and out. He was looking only at one resolution. And after speaking with him, our negotiators talking with him were able to convince him that his life didn't have to end this way. The police department should be applauded because we now know white lives matter.
That's right.
We're not guessing about this.
Right.
White lives matter in San Francisco, as they should matter. The problem is we now are confirmed that black and brown lives absolutely don't matter in San Francisco. How dare the DA,
Where's he at?
after 10 months
Come on now.
after the murder of Mario Woods before the world, is still trying to figure out the evidence,
And that's criminal.
which is as clear as sunshine.
That's criminal.
What about Jessica Nelson Williams, a black woman, young woman, who was pregnant on a dead-end street,
That was criminal.
and a sergeant was judge, jury, and execution?
That was criminal.
After a 30-second encounter, Luis Gongora Pat lost his life,
That was criminal.
allegedly with a knife.
That was criminal.
Not a semi-automatic weapon, but a knife. These are the contradictions that this city has to speak to, and specifically DA George Gascon.
That's criminal, man.
Where are the charges?
Where are the charges?
In Tulsa, the DA there, being sensitive to the concerns of a raging, angry, pained public,
Immediately.
announced that charges after 2 days would be brought against the killer cop.
Immediately.
Manslaughter charges.
Yes, sir. Waiting all these months.
Well, that's something
Tell the story.
that shows a willingness to do the right thing in the face of a climate where patriotism, as Colin Kaepernick said, racism is disguised as patriotism.
Come on now.
But in San Francisco,
Teach now.
where our DA knows better,
Yes.
he knows, for example, not only the videotape is clear, but he also knows that only 5 officers joined the initial officer in shooting
Mario Woods.
Mario Woods.
Right.
And he said it.
In fact, it was a total of 5 officers, but there were 9 to 10 officers that had guns drawn that day.
That's right. That's
Which
right.
means 4 to 5 other officers
Did
made
not
the
shoot.
decision that Mario was not a threat and chose not to fire their firearms.
Right.
Well, that means that it was not a knee-jerk reaction. That means some officers exhibited the restraint that was necessary, while others officers used excessive force. That doesn't require 10 months of looking and investigating.
That's right.
So this movement has determined now more than ever
That's right.
that DA Gascon, we respect him, we have met with him, we quietly had confidence that he would cautiously do the right thing.
Enough is enough.
But it appears that enough is enough.
Yes, sir.
We need you to weigh in. We don't want to think that this is about politics.
That's right. That's right.
Because as Sister Felicia said, justice delayed
Come on now.
It's
is
justice.
justice denied.
Come on now.
That's right.
There's a delay here.
That's right.
It's too long.
That's right.
What are you waiting on? The evidence is clear. So we're calling on the DA, and next week we're going to bring the community back here
That's right.
to put more pressure in a massive demonstration of our anger. We're troubled over the fact that black lives don't matter in San Francisco. Please receive on the eve of the 50th anniversary of the Black Panther Party, Elaine Brown.
Thank you very much, Minister Christopher Muhammad. And we're all part of the Justice for Mario Woods Coalition, and I do speak today with the authority and with the displeasure, unfortunately, of Sister Gwen Woods and Sister Danica Chapman, the mothers, respectively, of Mario Woods, Kenneth Harding Jr., both of whom were murdered and slain and filmed while dying in the streets of San Francisco by the San Francisco Police Department, none of which murderers have even been charged. So on their behalf, I want to say the following, and I'm not going to speak a long time because we know what is going on, but I want this message to go out to everyone who has the heart for justice to join us on the 7th of October. But I want everyone to know that the mothers of Mario Woods and Kenny Harding Jr. condemned George Gascon for his failure to prosecute the murderers of their children. Their hearts and heads are low. They can't even come out right now, but they're going to be there in force, and we're going to be there in force next week. But I think that next Friday, the 7th of October. But I'm making that announcement for them because we're going to gather everyone who loves justice, and we're going to demand that either Gascon prosecute these police who are the murderers, or he's going to have to step aside. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you very much.
We want to receive Mother Maria Cristina.
Quiero primero que todo vengan ustedes conmigo, el pueblo latinoamericano y de color unido con el pueblo negro, porque esa es nuestra única solución. I want to bring my black and brown brothers and sisters together.
Right.
Here we are, the brown people, united with the Justice for Mario Woods Coalition under the leadership of the black people of this country to continue the struggle for justice for black and brown people. We are very clear that from the moment that they enslaved the black people in this country and they brought them from Africa here, they enslaved the rest of the black and brown people of the world. And we are aware that with that freedom, we will be free. And that's why we're here united, and nobody can stop that unity. Not now, not ever. So this is historical for all of us.
That's right.
Yes.
I want to say to the press and to everyone here that it is so important, brothers and sisters, that on this coming Friday, on the 7th, we come here with anger, ready, that we multiply, that we make this place full of people to show that we, the black and brown people, are united and are not going to allow for this to happen ever again to our people. We need to do that, brothers and sisters. We need to show the world and to show the district attorney that we know what they're doing and we're not going to play the game anymore. And that they're going to have to deal with it. That we're going to bring justice. That we don't want no reform of the police. We want a transformation of the police because they show us that they can do good like they did to that young white man, and we're happy he's alive. But they gave us 30 seconds. 30 seconds to our people without anything.
30 seconds. White lives matter.
And I call on the responsibility of the press to make sure that you tell the truth about what's happening to our people. And this is not only in San Francisco, but throughout the country. And I'm saying black and brown unity forever. I'm saying power to the people, and we are all together, all our brothers, juntos. Vamos a luchar juntos por la unidad y la justicia. Unity and justice. Justicia para nuestros hijos, nuestra gente. Thank you.